Building Room for Hoops World TV here with Corey Maggette of the Charlotte Bobcats. And Corey, challenging year in many ways, obviously, but talk about what you're seeing from this team as kind of the veteran leader now.
Well, I think the biggest thing is we have a lot of guys that's really improving. And, you know, despite our season, you may not see that, but Kemba is really improving. Bismack is improving. Derek Brown is improving. DJ White. I mean, we have so many guys, Gerald, Henderson. I mean, we have a lot of guys that's really improving, but they really didn't get the opportunity to play that much last year. And you know, through these turmoil, you still have an opportunity to get better as a player and to learn. And I think a lot of guys are still doing it.
Seems like that's kind of become your role in the league. You know, with Milwaukee it was kind of that, now here it's kind of that. Do you mind that, or is it?
I don't know, man. I know my career is coming to an end, and you know, when I was a young guy, I had Darryl Armstrong, who's over there on the other side, who's, you know, helping me out and showing me the ropes. You know, as well as like Jawan Howard and other guys. So it's something you have to do. You got to be a servant and be able to pass the information to help other guys. And you know, hopefully I've been doing a good job trying to stay positive. And you 5 and whatever, you have to stay upbeat and stay positive, man, because this is the best job in the world, and you know, you got to keep guys upbeat.
Obviously, Bobcats fans are disappointed because the Gerald Wallace, Raymond Felton, you know, the team that made the playoffs was very quickly dismantled. But what do you think of Michael Jordan's kind of vision for the team with some of these young guys and the potential for, you know, another high draft pick this year?
Well, I know it's kind of hard for our fans, you know, when Gerald, Steven Jackson, Raymond Felton, those guys left, because they was a playoff team. I wasn't here, but you know, I'm from the outside looking in. But I think Michael is still making moves. He's giving the young guys that he see talent to improve, and I think he got the perfect coach to do that with Paul Silas, because he builds confidence in you. You know, he motivates you as a coach and does a great job. I mean, Mike is still learning this business. I mean, you know, he's the greatest basketball player to play. He's still learning the managerial spot of doing this operation. I think he's only going to get better. You know, Mark Cuban wasn't the best in the beginning, and it takes time. And I think, you know, Mike is going to continue to work because he's a very competitive person, and he's going to be in a position where he has a championship team.
How nice is it to have, you know, Paul Silas could put his name out there and be in a position to fight for a championship, playoffs, you know, whatever. But for him to come in here as the veteran coach that he is, and have the faith to stay with this team and want to build this team from the ground up.
Oh man, I love Paul Silas. I think he's a great guy, as well as his son Steven Silas. Actually, I had Steve Silas in Golden State, and had the pleasure of working with him. And you know, it's similar to, you know, my position, being able to help guys and teach the ropes. And you know, Paul is doing that with Steve right now, and Steve is such a sponge in learning and getting better as a coach. And I think eventually Steve is going to have a head coaching job, and it's all because of Paul, man, being around basketball and being around a guy that won championships and knows how to play and knows how to win. I mean, he's 70 years old and still has the fire. And you know, when I look back, you know, this is one of the coaches really giving guys an opportunity that you probably would never have an opportunity like this on any other team. And you know, I can say that because this is my 13th year, and guys won't have this opportunity. So they really need to see this opportunity and get better and appreciate what Paul has done for this team.
Finally, put you on the spot a little bit. Are you looking at the draft? Are you starting to think about who in that draft class might be? I mean, there's a lot of talent in this draft class, and y'all are probably going to have a pretty high pick. Have you thought about who might fit here?
Well, I think anybody would fit here. I mean, you know, just to help. I think it's, you know, we are an improving ball club, and like I said, we're in a rebuilding process, and any person that comes in, you know, can help our team. I know we need bigs. We need some bigs. We definitely need a good three-point shooter that can help us out. We need toughness, and I think, you know, if I'm looking at the draft right now, you'd say between Anthony Davis or Terrence Robinson, I believe, from Kansas. There's a few other guys you can throw out there that's actually, you know, worthy to be, you know, in this opportunity. But we just got to wait and see.